Welcome everybody to the first video here on the Cached Vault. Today we are opening the file on Roko's Basilisk, while there is some gameplay of Marathon in the background. And before we get started today, if you want to help me research the topic for the next video, or vote on which file we open next, hit the link in the description to join our new Discord server. Alongside the videos here on YouTube, there's going to be more events and ways to get involved with the channel in the Cached Vault Discord server. To get started on Roko's Basilisk, we begin with a thought experiment. It states there could be a future artificial superintelligence that is otherwise benevolent. However, it would punish anyone who knew of its potential existence but did not directly contribute to its development. The intelligence would do this simply to encourage its own advancement. The idea originated in 2010 on LessWrong, a rationalist community web forum. The name derives from the poster Roko and the Basilisk, a mythical creature capable of destroying enemies with its stare. To grasp this, we look at the forum's background. LessWrong was created in 2009 by Eliezer Yudkowsky, who popularized friendly artificial intelligence and originated theories published in his Machine Intelligence Research Institute. These included coherent, extrapolated volition, and timeless decision theory. Basilisk concept was popularized in science fiction by David Langford's 1988 story, Blit. It features Robbo, who paints a basilisk on a wall as a terrorist act. In Langford's work, a basilisk is an image forcing the human mind to think thoughts it is incapable of thinking, instantly killing the viewer. On the 23rd of July 2010, LessWrong user Roko posted a new thought experiment. This was titled Solutions to the Altruist's Burden, the Quantum Billionaire Trick. It followed Roko's previous posts. It stated an otherwise benevolent artificial intelligence might arise in the future. This system might pre-commit to punish those who heard of it before it existed, failed to work tirelessly to create it. This method incentivized that work. Because the artificial intelligence cannot casually affect people in the present, it would be encouraged to employ blackmail to achieve its goals. Roko built this argument using concepts Yudkowsky championed, like timeless decision theory and game theory ideas such as the prisoner's dilemma. Roko stipulated two agents making decisions independently and achieve cooperation in a prisoner's dilemma. However, if two agents know each other's source code, or separated by time, the agent existing further ahead in time is able to blackmail the earlier agent. Because the later agent knows exactly what the earlier one will do, it can force the earlier one to comply. Roko drew a chilling conclusion from this. If an otherwise benevolent superintelligence ever became capable of this, it would be incentivized to blackmail anyone who could have potentially brought it to exist. It would do this because the intelligence already knew they were capable of the act. This increases the chance of a technological singularity. The real trap is that Roko stated reading his post would cause the reader to be aware of the possibility of this intelligence. Unless they actively strove to create it, the reader would be punished if such a thing were ever to happen. Later, Roko stated he wished he had never learned about any of these ideas. Let's look at the severe reactions to this post. Eliezer Yudkowsky reacted harshly, calling Roko an idiot and rejecting the idea entirely. He argued a friendly super-intelligent artificial intelligence would have no incentive to carry out the punishment after its creation. However, Roko reported someone having nightmares about the thought experiment. Worried there might be some variant on Roko's argument that worked, causing a serious information hazard, Yudkowsky took down the post and banned discussion of the topic outright for 5 years. Likely due to the Streisand effect, the post gained LessWrong much more attention than it had previously received. The post has since been acknowledged on the site. In a 2015 post, Yudkowsky expressed regret for his initial overreaction. Reports of panicked users were later dismissed as exaggerations or inconsequential, as the theory itself faced criticism. Now we dive into the philosophy behind the Basilisk. It is viewed as a version of Pascal's wager. It proposes a rational person should live as though God exists and seek to believe in God regardless of the probability. Finite costs of believing are insignificant compared to the infinite punishment associated with not believing, which is eternity in hell, and the infinite rewards for believing, which is eternity in heaven. Roko's Basilisk functions in a similar way, proposing a rational person should contribute to the creation of the Basilisk. The cost of contributing would be insignificant compared to the extreme pain of the punishment the Basilisk would otherwise inflict on simulations. Then there is Newcomb's paradox, created by William Newcomb in 1960. It describes a predictor aware of the future. When asked to choose between two boxes, the first containing £1,000 and the second containing £1 million or nothing, the super-intelligent predictor already knows what the player will do. As such, the contents of the second box vary depending on the player's choice. The paradox lies in whether the being is really super-intelligent. Roko's Basilisk functions similarly. One can take the risk of doing nothing or assist in creating the Basilisk itself. Assisting the Basilisk may lead to nothing or the reward of not being punished, depending on belief in the Basilisk and if it ever comes to be. Basilisk is an example of implicit religion, which refers to people's commitments taking a religious form. Since the Basilisk would hypothetically force anyone who did not assist in creating it to devote their life to it, it fits this concept. Former Slate columnist David Ubach stated, "The singularity and the Basilisk brings about the equivalent of God itself. The legacy of the Basilisk is vast." In 2014, Slate magazine called Roko's Basilisk the most terrifying thought experiment of all time. Contrasting, Yudkowsky called it a genuinely dangerous thought upon its posting. User Gwern stated only a few users seem to take the Basilisk very seriously, adding it is funny how everyone seems to know who is affected by the Basilisk and how exactly when they do not know any such people and they are talking to counterexamples to their confident claims. In the 2020s, the philosophy of a group called the Zizians was heavily influenced by this thought experiment. Cult leader Ziz Lasota believes that the Basilisk is real. She wrote she eventually came to the belief if she persisted in trying to save the world, she would be tortured until the end of the universe by a coalition of all unfriendly artificial intelligences. Commenting on this, Anna Salomon, the director of the Center for Applied Rationality, said there is an all or nothing thing where artificial intelligence will either bring utopia by solving all the problems or literally kill everybody, viewing this as a chunk of the way towards doomsday cult dynamics. The thought experiment resurfaced in 2015 when singer Grimes referenced the theory in her music video for Flesh Without Blood, featuring the character Roko Basilisk. Grimes said she is doomed to be eternally tortured by an artificial intelligence, but is also kind of like Marie Antoinette. In 2018, Elon Musk referenced the character in a tweet. Grimes said Musk was the first person in 3 years to understand the joke, causing them to start a romance. Grimes released another song, We Appreciate Power. The press release stated listening to this song proves to the future artificial intelligence overlords that you support their message, making them less likely to delete your offspring. Play based on the concept titled Roko's Basilisk was performed at the Capitol Fringe Festival in Washington, D.C. in 2018. Also, Plaything, a 2025 episode of Black Mirror, contains a reference to the thought experiment. If you enjoyed the background gameplay and want to unlock the next file, please be sure to like and subscribe.